So this is actually data type that we are using whenever we require to get the use of any numeric data types. Then we will use integer, long. Each and every data type having some specific use in the term of size only. So if you use int, that means you have to use only 32 bits of numeric data. If you use long, that means 64 bit of numeric data. And if you use short, that means you have to use 16 bit of numeric data. If you use int, uint, the same 32 bit. And if you use ulong, that means same 64 bit. And similarly for ushort, 16 bit. So this is the size difference only. All data types accepting numeric value, that means numbers, only the size is matter. If you're having a number within that range of that data type, you can use integer. If you're having a large number of data type which having a long number, then you can use long. If you have a very short or a limited number of data, number of size of a digit or a particular number, then you can use short. So that three data types generally mostly we are using for a numeric purpose. Other three, that is only added a u in the initial of that data type. So you define that unsigned things, unsigned integer type. Unsigned means you int cannot accept negative value. So if you want to make sure whenever we use or whenever we are calculating any of the arithmetic operation, or you assume or if you decided that that data type never accept numeric value, then you can use uint instead of int, because int, if you use int, it means it has a range of 2 3 4 ... It's not an exact value, but you can say 2 3 4 positive. So whatever the length in the positive, similar length we can go to negative as well. But here in the uint, you can't go to negative side. You should have always assigned only positive values to that data type. Similar for ulong, similar for ushort. So if you want to use only the positive data, positive numbers, then you can use uint, ulong, and ushort. If you want to use positive as well as negative, then you can use int, long, and short. Okay. Now, if you want to use any input type or user input, I can say user input as a int type. If you want to take user input as an int type, and what will be the syntax to get user input as an integer? So generally in a program, we are using a method, console method. That method is console or read line. That method is only give us console inputs, and as we know, the console dot read line, console or read line, and this is a console is a class and read line is a method, and that read line returns only a string. So suppose if you create some data int a equals to something int a, and if you assign console.readline value to a, it will give you the error. Why it will give you the error? Because this readline methods always return string data type, not the int data type. So C# will provide you a functionality. Okay, that readline only return a string. Why it's returning a string? Because that input we are going to take from console. So the input that we are going to take is coming from console. So that's why the C# will provide one class. That class is called convert.int32 method. So in the convert class, there is an int32 method. Using that method, it will provide you a facility. Okay, this readline will return you a string data, but that string data convertible to integer. So whenever we require any numeric data type inputs from the user, this is the syntax you need to write every time. Whenever you require to get input from command prompt, but as an integer, then you have to use convert int32. Int32 is a method name, and that console.readLine means you want to read the data from console. So that's why. Okay. Now we will move to the next data type, that is called the decimal. These are the three data types this will provide to us. Using these three data types, we can use any type of floating value. Whatever the difference will be only this size. It will accept 32-bit data. It will accept 64-bit data, and it will accept 128-bit data. So these are the range of data. Whenever you want to use any decimal type, you have to use that float, double, and decimal. If you want to take input as a decimal value, user input as a decimal or float, for example, float. If you want to use as a float data type or float, suppose f is a data type name, that is a variable name. If you want to assign some data into that variable as a float, then you have to use similar convert single. That's it. Similar kind of method is available for double, float, decimal, and double. Or here we have explained you input type int, long, and short. Okay. Now if you get input as a double, then you have to create the variable first, and then assign. This is the equal, is not an equal operator, it's a assignment operator. In SQL Server or in the SQL syntax language, this equal is considered as an equal operator where we are comparing. But here in the language, this sign is a assignment operator. That means the value is assigning from right to left. Right to left, it means whatever the value in this syntax, whatever the syntax value will return, that value need to be assigned to D variable. So that's why we are saying assignment operator. So that assignment operator will get a single, not single, because we are getting a data as a double. So you have to use 2 double. So here you are using int 64, sorry, not int all, 2 int 64. You have to use 2 int 64. Okay. Similarly, 2 double. If you want to use decimal type, then almost everything is same. Only just create a decimal data type. Decimal variable is created. So it's D1, D1, and here you can just change decimal. That's it. So that is only change. Okay. Now, when we are talking about characters, so CISA will provide you char. It's having a size 16-bit and a string. It's a object type. Object type means based on the object availability or data. So that size of a string is, I can say, because it is an object type, so there is a reference type. The reference type having no size, it depends on the memory. Based on memory, it will consume the value, whatever the value you want to do. It will give us one line, multiple line, thousands line, anything you can assign to it as a string. So it has a fixed size, but a string doesn't have any fixed size. Okay, so now if you want to take input as an integer or a string, so sorry, integer, not integer, character, char and a string. Okay, so as we know, that console or readline automatically give us a string value, because that readline return type is a string. So for that string, there is no need to convert anything. You can directly access. So string s, then s equals to simply write console dot read line. That's it. No conversion needed, because as we know, read line itself automatically provide as the data as a string. So why we need to convert it? But still, if you want to convert something into the string, it will provide you another method called, but still, if you want to convert data into the string data type, so there is a two method called toString, and another method is called convert dot toString. Okay, so one toString method will provide by the customer class, and this is the override class actually. Both method having a similar work. So for example, for instance, suppose there is a int a equals to 9. Now this a is as an integer. Now if I want to convert that 9 to a string, so string s equals to, if directly I assign a into the s, if directly I assigned a into the s, it will give us a compile time error. The IntelliSense automatically give us a red line on this line, is in this line number, and straightforward it will give error message that you can't assign that a into the s string data type. The casting is needed. Casting means, that means conversion is needed. So how we will convert it? Either you can use directly dot to a string. This is the one of the method to convert any data to a string, and another process is to just write convert dot to a string and just provide the number that you want to convert. So just I gave a parameter a. That means that to a string or convert class will convert that a, which is an integer type, into the string type. Okay, so this way, if you read the data from console and that data is in the form of a string, then there is no conversion needed. Directly you can assign that data to a string. But if the data is in a string, and if you assign that console.readline data into some specific or different data type like double, decimal, float, integer, double, then you have to go for conversion and use the convert, and it's a specific method for based on the data type. Now if you want to take input as a character, so char, example of char is you have to declare the variable char, and then char equals to use convert, because a string console or readline return a string, not character. That's why we are using convert. Convert dot to char, and then you can put ch, not ch, sorry, we are reading the data from console, so console dot read line. That's it. This way we can convert a data, any data which is coming from console, into the character type. Okay, this way we can convert the data. Now for demonstration, if I take one example and create one program for you so that you can understand how we can get input from the user. So let me do that for you. Simply just create one variable a, comma b, and comma c. That means this is a way to declare the variable. Int is a data type, a, b, c is a variable of that data type. That variable is declared only. We are not assigning any value that into that variable. So now this line number 8 only indicating that this is the data type, that data type having a 3 variable a, b, and c. But any of them have no any data, just declare. If you put like that, that means assignment is also there. 9 is assigned to a, but leave it blank because we are getting that data from the user in a and b, and c we are using for computation purpose. We are calculating something. So simply write a message to the user, please enter 2 number. This is a simple message so that user will understand, okay, the program will expect 2 numbers from me. And then after, if they hit some 2 numbers, then we need to convert that number, because the readline method we are using to get input. So we have to use convert dot to int 32, because we are converting a data to int 32, because the variable a is an integer type. That's why we are using int 32. If the variable is a long type, then we should have to use int 64. And similarly, you can see the instance will say that convert dot int 32, convert the value of a specific object to 32 bits of integer. And this int 32 having a multiple method with the same name but different parameters. So this is a console to read line. So now you can see convert to int 32 console to read line. Now this is a this is a syntax, and that syntax will return a string, and that string need to be converted into the integer and then assigned to a. Now what is the error? Error is state that a local variable of function a is already defined. That means they are saying that ABC is already created. Again, you have to declare the same name with the same data type. So if you want to use the same variable, why you are declaring again and again? So A is now, we have to assign that value from the user. Now similar process we can follow for B as well. So let me copy and paste. Simply change the name of variable. That's it. And after getting that two value, I just want to compute as a sum. So I'm just doing a plus b. That means whatever the value given by the user, just want to sum it up and display the message to the user. Console.writeLine, and here we can provide a message sum of the two number equals to plus C, because C having a result of that two numbers. So here this plus is not an arithmetic operator. Here that plus is used as a concatenation operator. Concatenation, it means we are attaching a few of the data into the existing string. So from where here to here, this is a string data, and in this string data, if you want to attach something, then you can use plus and the data that you want to attach. And that's why we are saying concatenation operator. Concatenation, it means we are connecting the multiple string and create a single string. So that some need to be displayed. So let me rerun the program. So here there is option to restart, or here there is option to stop, because this command prompt is still open. We are not give any input, not hit enter. That's why that program is continuously running. So you have to go for a stop first, then click on the start. It will build succeeded. Now the command prompt will appear. Okay. Okay. There's an error. Let me rerun it. Okay, they are asking to restart the registry. Let me restart it. So if you want to open the existing project, simply click on open, or if the recent project is appear, you can see the recent project is also there. So even you can click here, it will open the same project. If that project list is not there, then you can choose the open solution. Click on that option again. Now the message appeared that please enter two numbers. Okay, so let me give first number this, because we are using read line. That means read line will read only the single line. Single line, it means this line. It will not consider if you type this multiple things, or if you type 1 2 space this. So this 12 and a space and that 343 number is considered as a same number, same line number, same line of data. It's not a two different data. Now this is not a number anymore, because this 12 is a number, but after that you can hit a space bar. So there is one sky character is included there. now that is not a number. When you try to convert it, it get failed because this is not a numeric data type. So you have always use to type a continuous digit to create a number. So 12 is the first number, then enter the second number. Now the output will be the sum of the two number is 46. So this way you can get input from the user, any type of input. For instance, now if I want to input as a float, let me give you some example of float as well, and try to add same, but just need to change the method name to single, to single, to single. Now 12.2.5. See, the result is 46.7. If you want to get input as a char, you can simply create char. Now we are not adding the char. We're just displaying whatever the data we receive as a character. So let me comment that part as well. So there is a char ch, and that character I want to take as an input. Change the message as well. Please enter the character. Now ch equals to convert dot to char and type console dot read line. Or here we are just displaying the message of input character. So here we can see, write a message input character. Input character equals to plus ch. Let me rerun it. Now you can enter any character A. See, character A is appear. Again, you can start 1. 1 is also a character, so there is no issue. But if you provide like this, it will throw a runtime error. See, a string must be exactly 1 character long, because that is a character data type, and they expect a string as a 1 character, 1 as a 1 single line. Either it is a 1, 2, 3, 1 to 9, anything, or any alphanumeric number, but it should be a 1 character only. So this is a way how we can get input from the users. And through it, use all of the methods, all unsigned, long, you sort everything, and prepare your query, and then we can discuss in the next class. Is it okay?